Hi everyone, welcome to Anthropology 101, otherwise known as Human Biological Evolution. Over the next weeks, we will take a tour of the route that our ancestors took evolutionary-wise to arrive at our species many moons down the line, in other words, Homo sapiens. We will cover our early primate ancestors and meet many fascinating examples of the prime players along the way. First, let me draw your attention to some very important documents that you will see on our website. Number one is the syllabus, and of course this is your contract with me, and you need to read it and acquaint yourself with the particulars that are in there so that you will not drop the ball at some point on some very important date or deadline or the like. Number two, the Student Code of Conduct. You will see, sometimes known as the Student Code of Honor. You will see this listed also at our homepage, and it's very important to read it and be aware of the requirement to be academically honest. Basically, that's what it's all about. So when you see the accept button that is connected with it, please click that and you're on your way. The third thing is the schedule. This is posted there, all the dates and deadlines, the quizzes, the exams, the projects, everything that you need to know and wherever we're afraid to ask. It's all there. Don't overlook the weekly schedule. Number four, readings and video lessons. These are coordinated so that the one, meaning the video lessons, reflect the content of the chapter, a particular chapter. So use them in connection one with the other. They'll help you to understand and flesh out the course content much, much better. Self-introduction. This is another feature on our homepage. Please make sure to do your self-introduction. Introduce yourself to me and to your fellow students, and keep in mind that you might meet students who are already acquainted with you from earlier courses, and of course perhaps you will meet your future, who knows. Number six, purchase your textbook and the accompanying video lessons at the bookstore, or if you choose, you can go online. Instructions about this are in the syllabus. That's why the syllabus, again, is so important. Okay, next, here are some examples of chapter and video lesson content. For instance, and this is not necessarily the first chapter in the textbook, but it is an important one, the development of evolutionary thought. This focuses on the rise of the theory of evolution back in the 17th, 18th, and in 19th centuries. You'll meet people like Darwin, Alfred Russel Wallace, and many more key players in the drama. But most importantly, you will see how the intellectual climate came about, and you'll understand how also not only did those folks do their thing, but others tried to counter them who didn't agree with the theory in that time and place. The living primates is another chapter that's very important. Now, this introduces us to a range of primates, all the way from the tiny hand-sized primates, prosimians they're referred to, such as tarsiers and many more, all the way up through the monkeys, the apes, and then to us. Yes, I said us, for we too are of this primate order. And believe it or not, when you called your somebody an ape one time, you weren't far off, because we are in that group of animals, primates. In connection with the primates, then, your zoo project will be very important, because at some point you'll be going to visit the LA Zoo and studying specifically the chimpanzees, who are closest to us in terms of DNA. Then another chapter is the first bipeds. This will deal with a very important event that happened around 6 million years ago, when primates of that time, ape-like primates, developed this bone here, the femur, in such a way that it became like this configuration. And this configuration, the head of the femur, allowed them to walk upright. We call it bipedality. And because of bipedality, a whole range of physical adaptations began to happen in the millions of years down the line, and also behavioral changes came about. Believe it or not, this adaptation, this change, was much more important and came earlier in time than an increase in brain size, again, which is also important, but this came first and led to many other great things. Applied anthropology is another chapter toward the end of the textbook, and it addresses the knowledge and expertise that anthropologists, specifically biological anthropologists, have amassed, and how that information and expertise is applied to real life situations, for example, in forensics and in criminal investigation and the like. A friend of mine recently told me that his niece is a criminal, an anthropologist who deals in forensics, and is doing research in a grave site from the 19th century, I think it is, or the early 20th, a school where a lot of unfortunate boys went missing or died early deaths, and now the bones are being uncovered and examined, and that forensic anthropologist is involved in that. Okay, so finally then, I encourage you to jump on board, dig in, and be successful. And make sure to use the private message feature that is on the website, our homepage, because that allows you to contact me with any issues or need for clarification that you might have, and helps me to get to know you and to help you where necessary. So, see you soon.